record.
Good morning, gentlemen. Carney, first in the door. Good morning. Derek, Carnivorous gotcha. Good morning. Carnivorous, I was watching on IG, you did that life story post. Cute story. You look great. You look great. You trimmed up that beard, and I mean, not that you didn't look great before either. You just look great. Way to, you look, very, very handsome. Good looking guy. The wife likes the baby face. I get it. I get it. You know what? You look I hate to say it, but you do look a little bit younger. Not that you looked old. That isn't my point. But sometimes when we get freshened up a little bit, it's a nice change. That was a big sacrifice cutting that beard. You had some time on that beard. $54. I would have said 48. 46 would have been my guess. Good morning. You know what I need from, where is it? Good morning, Classic. You know what I need from you? You know what I need from you? Send that in to me when you get a chance. Good morning, everybody. Okay, Justin, you have a wonderful day. Totally understand. You have a wonderful day, good friend. Okay, Classic. You're a doll. Cutest kitten. Good morning. To one, to all. Raining here. Raining here in Detroit. It's supposed to rain all day. My lawn likes it. My lawn was just starting to get a brown patch or two, but nobody here waters their yard. Yeah, you too, Sandy? Nobody here waters their yard. Kind of freaked me out when I moved here from Southern California. Where's the sprinklers? Where's the lawn watering equipment? And they're like, watch, you won't need it. And I'm like, yay! A, saving water bill. B, watering naturally. And C, you don't have to do it yourself. Good morning, Vegas. Good morning, Laura the Divine One. Good morning, Street Doll. Good morning, everybody. Take a couple minutes and say hello to each other here. Give some virtual hugs. And we'll get started with what should be a neat day. Okay, Gina Tappan don't know anything to my husband, and he ended up in the hospital in a manic episode. Gina, we had nothing to do with that. And I'm sorry for what your husband's going through. I'm sorry for what your husband's going through. You knew there were other signs and other issues going on in your situation. I'm not being defensive or taking it personal. And you can guarantee, if you've noticed, we stopped communicating with him at least 9 months ago because there were too many signs and too many things going on. We stopped communicating with him, I would put it at about 9 months. Okay, Gina, thank you. And again, I'm sorry for what you and your husband are going through. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Monica, good morning. I see Monica. Good morning, Aggie. Good morning, Marky Z. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Chemical. Kind of you, thank you. Sharon the Sparky Sparkerton's here. Good morning. Charlie Cheegy, that's Rodmond. Okay. That's Rodmond. Okay. No, Dando, it didn't change. Can you double tap your screen and see if that works? Good morning, Captain Obvious. Sometimes if you just double tap your screen, Dando, that'll work. Good morning, Goaty and Calico Kitty. Well, thank you for doing that, Charlie Cheeky. Good morning, Kim Kim. Huh. I don't know, Dan. I don't know honestly what to say. I'm the least knowledgeable about all of this stuff. Matter of fact, Shai has just sent me a couple of texts this morning helping me navigate something in IG. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm really close to computer illiterate and nowadays. I went to school. When I went to school, I took high school. I took a computer programming class. They used, do you remember when they were using punch cards? And they were like an IBM punch card. And you'd punch out a little space to create your, oh, get out of here, fly. Your program was done on punch cards. Kind of funny if I look back at it now. We'd go to computer lab. And they would do those punch cards with the hanging chads. Richard Bruette. Richard, I haven't seen my friend Richard in a minute. Good morning, Richard. Miss you. Good morning. It's me. Rock on, dude. Richard, are you still writing? What terminology I use, Joe? Help me be more careful. What terminology are you referencing? See, Richard, I remember your writing as being so, you know me, I love your writing. Good morning. Joe, we're not too worried about that. And I mean that sincerely. There are major other issues in that situation, having little or nothing to do with this group. What is my new IG? That's a good question. Let me see. What is my new IG? It's, Richard, it's tea time _ with _ pops. Not on Discord currently, but that's my IG. Okay? Tea time _ with _ pops. Yes, Mark. Yes, Mark, there were other issues. And I'm not going to get into it at all. So, let's turn this guy around very quickly as somebody that tries to help other people. That's me. This is one of the risks we talk about. It's one of the risks we talk about. We spotted some, at our end, we spotted some woo-woo stuff going on and cut it. Cut it. Stopped communicating, stopped providing, stopped being involved, stopped having anything to do with what was happening in that venue. And did what I call avoid. Move in the opposite direction. And months later, something else is popping up, and it has nothing to do. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it doesn't really have anything to do with us. Okay? Enough said on that. But it is a little, like, not something you want to see on a comment first thing in the morning. But it goes with the territory. Okay? That's true, Herbie. Richard, I haven't booped in a minute. We're not booping as much, interestingly. I have to start booping again. Good morning. It's very nice to see Richard. Blind, it's Liberty Cap season in the UK. Nice. Nice. Good for you guys. Richard, we do stay goofy. Boop diddy, boop, boop, boop. Right, Joe? Not exactly a welcome party. And some of those things are handled better via email or direct conversations. Okay. I'm not going to focus on that anymore. And at the end of the day, I have mad empathy for the struggling, and it's why I do what I do. It's why I do what I do. Barely close, give me 5 boops. We haven't booped in a minute. What's happened to Pop's boop? Is he taking himself too seriously again? Good morning, everybody. We're going to give away a couple of packs of supplemental supplements today. Richard, separate issue. Richard, if you feel like getting a package of supplementaries from old Paparoo, the Booparoo, send me your address. I used to work with Richard a little bit. He's a very, 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 very nice man. It's nice to see you. Boop diddy boop, boop, boop. Richard, send me your address at your convenience. And I know that isn't why you came. That's why I like doing it. It's fun to send stuff to people that didn't ask, but can do appropriate things. We owe a huge thank you, the whole group does, to Captain Obvious. Captain Obvious, yesterday, I opened up my account and there was an incredibly generous donation made. There was an incredibly generous donation made to you guys. It was a donation made with a note to help defray the costs of shipping. So for the next year and a half, no, for a little while, the shipping isn't going to come out of my pocket. It's going to come out of the donation that was sent by Captain Obvious. So the next 20 to 30 people that receive something from this show know that the postage is being paid by a donation made by Captain Obvious. So incredibly generous. And it's well worth noting. Okay? So if you guys are receiving something, a donation is sending the package to you. Captain be rippling. And so it's well worth thanking her. So thank you, Cap. It's funny to call her Captain Obvious because she should be called Captain Beautiful. Captain Beautiful. Okay. One or two of you out there still owe me your address. I've been waiting. I have a couple of packages set off to the side. As you guys know, the rule is supposed to be here that I get your address within 24 hours. Usually I'm hoping to get it the same day because I already have a package set to the side. And so right now we're starting to get a couple of... Richard, you can send me one and I'll read it. You can send me one. We used to have to, back in the day, early on in our programming, if you received a gift from the show, we asked for a back from the person that was receiving the gift to send us a reading. Either something they wrote, something they read somewhere that was, a poem, something. We used to ask for you to, and it was a way to pay for your prize. And it got a little sticky because people stopped doing it. It was a neat idea because then it got you involved at your end. You had to do a little research and a little self-study or whatever, and then send us something. And it was, yeah, that's right, Kim, something inspiring, hopefully. We've more or less stopped doing that, but that doesn't mean if somebody sent me something that I don't read it here. Do you remember when we were doing that, Nick? Yeah. Okay. I got the Tricycle Day newsletter today, early this morning. I can't wait for Wednesday mornings because I get my newsletter. Nerdy's the same way. Nerdy sits there waiting. Nerdy and I wait for our newsletter. Kimberly, that's very nice of you. That's very nice of you. Can't wait to get my newsletter. And then I zip through it. And I come up with, I usually am not able to read it all, but I get some reading done early in the morning. There is an amazingly good article. It's too long to share here completely. There's an amazingly good article about a gentleman in Oregon who has created a psychedelic center for psilocybin use. Now, Oregon's when they set up their psilocybin centers, they brought in some legislation. You have to do it certain ways in order for it to be legal in Oregon. A couple of the things that they require of a center is you have to pay Oregon $10,000 a year as a license fee to have your center. You have to be within further than 1,000 feet from any school. That one's okay. There has to be a minimum of 200-pound safe in your facility that you store the mushrooms in. It's funny that they require a certain level of safe. You have to have a facilitator during the experience, during the journey. A facilitator must be there the complete and total time. So this article is about a guy, Dr. Lee. Good morning, Milk. Okay. Yeah, Jesus Christ, 200-pound safe, and Ruff has the code. Don't give Ruff the code. There will be nothing left in the safe. So the article is about this gentleman, Dr. Lee. He received his medical training in Canada, and then he moved to Oregon, and his goal is to have the cheapest possible delivery for the psilocybin journeys. The average cost right now for taking an assisted legal psilocybin journey in Oregon, wait for it, $1,900. $1,900. You get an 8-hour session where you're getting a facilitator that works with you before you take your journey, you ingest, and then does some follow-up integration work afterwards. Okay. There are some of the centers charge up to $2,500, but the average is $1,900. There's justifications, there's reasons, blah, blah, blah. But this guy came along and said, I want to create the cheapest possible opportunity for people to experience this under all of the legal necessities. So he has found a way, and it still sounds like, wow. His journeys are costing $900. $900. He's got it down to where he can do it for $900. He says the facilitators get $600 of that. For the person that's working with you for all of that time, the facilitator gets $600. And then he still has to pay for his business license. He has to pay for his property. He has to pay for all of the, and believe me, this guy knows, all of the expenses to have a place. Okay? So if you really look at the math in his situation, he is not in it for profit. The bottom line is, and he makes that a stated goal just like we do here, not in it for profit. He's starting to work it out to where there will be group settings where you can defray the costs if you join and you do a group journey. And those are averaging, for his organization, somewhere around $475. And the majority of that is going to the facilitator. So in the end of the day, while it sounds outlandish and outrageous, and it might be because the guy next door is growing shrooms in a sterile plastic bucket in his basement and not having to pay for it. At the end of the day, what I see is a soul that's trying to, in an entrepreneurial way, bring down the costs, have more people have the opportunity for the experience, and not be in it for money. Breaking even is pretty darn holy, in my humble opinion. Thank you, Richard. There's a company called Psylutions. Psylutions, Psylution. Psylutions. The founder of Psylutions stresses the importance of licensed, regulated producers in the wake of finding of mislabeling in psychedelic edibles. In light of a recent Scientific American report revealing that several magic mushroom edibles contained no psilocybin, and in some cases, undisclosed synthetic substances, Psylution's founder and CEO, Rhonda DeSantis, issued the following statement. DeSantis emphasized the critical importance of regulated pathways, third-party testing, and transparent labeling to ensure patient safety and trust as psychedelic medicine advances. This is such a huge issue, you guys. It's an underlying issue where we're still the Wild West. And if we can't create an environment in the myco community that fosters trust and belief in what we're doing, then it's going to be a long, hard road to get psychedelics moved from a Schedule 1 to completely unscheduled and legal. It's going to be a tough road. So unfortunately, we have to create a pathway and be willing to follow that pathway. Okay? Let me read the statement from Rhonda DeSantis. And why this one I am choosing to focus on this morning is because I could not agree with this statement more. I cannot agree with this statement more. Segue. It was about 3 years ago I recognized, as the market's moving, we're going to need test centers. test centers that are doing the right thing and doing it for the right reasons. And so about 3 years ago, I started looking into what's it going to take to open up my own test center, where not only can I test my own psilocybin and know what the actual psilocybin is in a mushroom, and how can I make that available to more people? So I started looking into it for the state of Michigan. What are the regulations? What are the things that we have to do? And the process is so filled with red tape that it's clear they really don't want to do it. So what I did then was I hired a consultant, somebody that had experience in going through all of the legal issues and regulatory issues and knew who to talk to, who to contact, and what to do to bring this thing up off of the ground floor. And I'm going to tell you, I spent back then $6,000 just trying to get to the consultant and a few other fees to try to get this testing facility that was in my brain up off the ground. The truth is, oops, wrong one. The truth is, there was a lot more involved than I was capable of doing, and a whole lot more money was going to be necessary. The seed money to start a testing center and to get through all the regulatory approvals and everything was something that I couldn't handle. So I had to put that on a back burner. But I've never lost the passion for believing that a test center would be incredibly valuable. Not just to me and knowing what I'm providing, but to other people that would be able to send their stuff in and get accurate scientific results to what they were sending. And Kim, it would absolutely pay off if we had a group of investors, etc. on it. But so be it. That is still on my back burner. It's still in my mind. I just haven't tried to manifest it as much lately. Okay? Here's her statement. Here's her statement. The recent findings highlighted by Scientific American underscore the very real risks of purchasing unregulated psychedelic products. When people seeking psychedelic treatment buy items labeled as psilocybin edibles only to discover they contain undisclosed or synthetic substances, they put their health and safety at risk. Even when a product does actually contain psilocybin, the labeling is often misleading. A product labeled as 4,000 milligrams is typically just 4 grams of dried mushroom material, without any indication of the actual psilocybin content. This creates a dangerous and confusing disconnect, as weight alone has nothing to do with potency. Where am I? True safety and precision in psychedelic labeling medicine require accurate labeling in milligrams of active components, not just arbitrary weight. At Solutions, our mission is to ensure that patients have access to safe, reliable, and effective psychedelic medicine. Every product we produce undergoes rigorous third-party laboratory testing and strict quality controls to confirm potency, purity, and consistency. Transparency in labeling and adherence to legal science-backed standards are not optional. They are essential for building trust and protecting public health. This is precisely why regulated pathways matter. Legal and responsibly developed psychedelic mushrooms offer patients the safeguards and confidence they deserve. Solutions will continue to lead by example, demonstrating that innovation and integrity must go hand in hand in this emerging field. Give me 5 people that want to give Solutions a round of applause. I could not agree with that more. This is especially in the edible category. Clearly, if you're receiving a shroom, you know it's a shroom and it's pure and it's a shroom. Again, you don't know its potency. And this one may not equal the same potency. You need to remember that. But know your provider. Know and trust your provider. And know that they're doing it for the right reason. Those are the people that I believe in supporting. But we need to take this seriously and responsibly. And it isn't all just a big trip. Okay? So know that. I love that, what Solutions wrote. That is perfect. It's perfect. And it reminded me when I was reading it, I haven't done a thing about the test center that I wanted to start, and maybe that's a little impetus to try it again. Let me do this. We're going to do a scale game. Okay? Scale game. How much? Now these are ghosts. I don't have psilocybin content in them. Just know that. But these little ghosts, right? I have a bowl of them here. It's hard to see. Let me figure out how to do this. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. Okay. Don't give me the weight yet. Wait till I say go. Wait till I say go. But we're going to do a scale game. Okay? Wait till I say go. See that little group of supplemental supplements? They're as clean as can be, and you know your provider. Okay? Now, let me put those over here on a scale. Wait. Now, the person coming the closest, without going over, you can only guess once. And guess in grams and tenths of grams. The person that comes closest, I'm going to send this package to. Go. How much do you think that weighed? Closest without going over. Just checking. Just give me one answer each. Okay, closest without going over. I'm going to go ahead and close it right now. There's one awfully close. There's somebody that was super close but just over. And then there's one that's just a little bit under, but somebody I've never sent anything to before. So actually, never mind. We've got somebody else just popped in and they are just like on it. Calico Kid. Calico Kid. Calico Kid said 6.2 and it was actually 6.24. I think that's a good time to close that one. Calico Kitty. Meow. You send me your address, Calico, and I'll send you these Shroomies. Okay? Nailed it. Nailed it. Wait a minute. You guys want to do it again? Give me 5 people that want to play it one more time. I know, Marky, you were just over it. You were just a touch over. And I haven't sent Calico anything in a long time. Okay? So give me a couple more people that want to play this one more time today. Supplementary supplements. Let's do it. Use the same pile. That's a good one. Oh, well, that'd be really funny. If I show you the same pile again. No, we're going to show you a different one. This guy right here. Don't give me the number yet because I don't know it. I haven't put it on the scale yet. But this is a hillbilly pumpkin. Pumpkin hillbilly. I always say those two backwards. Pumpkin hillbilly. Okay? I'm putting it on the scale now. Go. Give me your number. How much do you think that weighs? You can only give me one answer at one time. How much does that monster weigh? Closest without going over. I'm just reading the numbers as they come up on my screen here. And as soon as somebody gets pretty darn close, such as Sharon Sparks, we're going to send it to Sharon Sparks. Sharon the Sparky Sparkerton. 6.5. Sharon the Sparky Sparkerton. With a 6.5, bringing it home. Something tells me Sharon could use that. So off we go. Something tells me Sharon could use that. So Sharon, if you could please send me your address, hopefully today, we'll get that mailed off to you. Okay, the sparks are flying. Milk for snack, you were this close, bro. You were this close until Calico came on top of you with another number. But I had my eye on you for the first group. Hags, I agree. Sharon is a sweet, sweet lady. Sweet lady. It's hard to see when people are going through tough times. Yesterday, I'm not going to do, we're still working on the 4 agreements and we're still talking about doing our best. Sharon said she can't get it. Is that right? Well, then we're going to send it to Milk. We'll send it to Milk. Okay? Milky, I need your address. Or if you're over 18 and you live in the United States. I'm sorry, Sharon. Okay, we're going to give it to Milky. who I was really close to on the other one. Milk for a snack, okay? So we're going to send it to milk for snack. I'm sorry, bougie, clips. You were a little over. Okay. So send me your address, milk for a snack. Okay, Sharon, no problem. No problem at all. Yesterday, we're still working on the 4 agreements. Okay, you got it, Milky. We're still working on the 4 agreements. We're in the 4th agreement, which is to do your best. But as you guys remember, yesterday I started reading something from Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Yes, Bougie, we do lemon tech. We've heard of it, we've done it. It's not my normal practice because I mostly just microdose. I usually will only go on a bigger journey when I'm in a group, and usually that's at a mush fest. Okay? Let us now consider what we can do if a patient asks us what the meaning of his life is. I doubt whether a doctor can answer this question in general terms. He begins. For the meaning of life differs from man to man, even from day to day and hour to hour. What matters, therefore, is not the meaning of life in general, but rather the specific meaning of a person's life at a given moment. So basic but brilliant. To put the question in general terms would be comparable to the question posed to a chess champion. Tell me, master, what is the best move in the world? There is no such thing as the best, or even a good move, apart from a particular situation in a game, and the particular personality of one's opponent. The same holds true for human existence. One should not search for an abstract meaning of life. I'm going to say that again. One should not search for an abstract meaning of life. Everyone has his own specific vocation or mission in life to carry out a concrete example which demands fulfillment. Therein, he or she cannot be replaced. I love that. Nor can they be repeated. Thus, everyone's task is as unique as his specific opportunity to implement it. I have more opportunities than most people. I'm older, I'm retired. I don't have people relying on me. I have some business background. I have a green thumb. I have a very unique opportunity in what I do to do what I do. And I didn't search for this as a meaning of life. I didn't sit on a couch one day and abstractly say, what can I do in my life that would give it meaning? I just started doing. And with my specific skill set, talents, unique opportunity on the planet, and a willingness to take risks, because that's pops. I always wanted to be a gunslinger. I always wanted to be on the the Wild West. Well, here I am. And each of you have the same space in your life. What are your unique gifts? What are your unique talents? And what are your unique opportunities? I didn't have this opportunity 5 years ago. I didn't even live in this state. I was living on a boat trying to act like I was some kind of a yacht guy. Completely different meaning of life. Kind of a wasted meaning of life at that time. I just drank and I smoked weed and fished off of the back of a boat for a year. And that was my meaning to life. Everyone's task is as unique as is his specific opportunity to implement it. As each situation in life represents a challenge to a man and presents a problem for him to solve, the question of life, meaning of life, may actually be reversed. Ultimately, man should not ask what the meaning of his life is, but rather he must recognize that it is he who is asked. In a word, each man is actually questioned by life, and he can only answer to life by answering for his own life. To life, he can only respond, wait for this. To life, he can only respond by being responsible. You have these unique spaces and unique gifts, unique talents, unique skills, unique opportunities. Your answer to life is be responsible to those. Don't squander them. And be responsible with integrity. Thus, we see responsibilities are the very essence of human existence. This emphasis on responsibilities is reflected in the categorical imperative of logotherapy, which is live, listen to this. Listen to this. Live as if you were living already for the second time, and as if you had acted wrongly the first time. No. I'm going to read it over. Start over. Live as if you were living already for the second time, and as if you had acted the first time as wrongly as you are about to act now. It seems to me there is nothing which would stimulate a man's senses of responsibility than this maxim, which invites him to imagine first, the present is past, and second, that the past may yet be changed and amended. Anybody want to change their past? Anybody want to amend a few of the things we did? Live today, remembering those, and act responsibly today. Such a precept confronts him with life's finiteness, as well as the finality of what he makes both out of his life and himself. Logotherapy tries to make the patient fully aware of his own responsibilities. Therefore, it must leave him the opportunity and the option for what or whom he understands himself to be responsible for. That is why a logotherapist is the least tempted of all psychotherapists to impose value judgments on his patients. For he will never permit the patient to pass to the doctor the responsibility of judging. That's not one of my responsibilities, to judge. It's up to the patient to decide whether he should interpret his life task as being responsible to society or to his own conscience, or to both. There are people, however, who do not interpret their own lives merely in terms of a task assigned to them, but they also interpret them in terms of a taskmaster who assigned it to them. I remember that. What's the taskmaster say I'm supposed to do? What's it say I'm supposed to be? What's the world expect of me? That's not good thinking. Logotherapy is neither teaching nor preaching. It is as far removed from logical reasoning as it is from moral exhortations. To put it figuratively, the role of the logotherapist is that of an eye specialist rather than that of a painter. A painter tries to convey to us a picture of the world as he sees it. An ophthalmologist tries to enable us to see the world as it really is. Which are you in your own life? Are you a painter or are you an ophthalmologist? The logotherapist's role consists of widening and broadening the visual field of the patient so that the whole spectrum of potential and the whole spectrum of potential meaning becomes conscious and visible to him. By declaring that a man is responsible and must actualize the potential meaning of his life, I wish to stress that the true meaning of life is to be discovered in the world rather than in the man's own psyche. I have termed this constitutive characteristic the self-transcendence of human existence. It denotes the fact that being human always points and is directed to something or someone other than ourselves. Be it a meaning to fulfill or another human being to encounter. The more one forgets himself by giving to a cause to serve or to another person to love, the more human he is and the more he actualizes himself. I want to read that sentence again. It's the most important sentence I've read this morning. The more one forgets himself by giving himself to a cause to serve or another person to love, the more human he is and the more he actualizes himself. What is called self-actualization is not an attainable aim at all, for the simple reason that the more one would strive for it, the more he would miss it. In other words, self-actualization is possible only as a side effect of self-transcendence. God, this is so good. It's so deep. Thus far, we have shown that the meaning of life always changes, but it never ceases to be. According to Logotherapy, we can discover this meaning in life in 3 different ways. By creating a work or doing a deed. My friend yesterday that I told you guys about, I read a brief part of his email. He's in a hole that he can't get out of. Just can't get out of it. I don't know what to do. It's because he's stuck inside himself. I wrote to him, if you want to get out of the hole, go help someone. That's all you got to do. You won't even be in a hole anymore because you're out there doing something and helping someone. The hole completely disappears till you decide to get back in it. And depression and some of these other issues, some, I'm going to admit, some are chemical, but not most of what we experience is depression today. If you're in a wreck, if you're in a hole, get outside of yourself, because being inside yourself is exactly where the hole is. You're never going to get out just by staying in it and wondering how. Be of service. He wrote back. He goes, you mean all I have to do is help someone? Yeah. If you go help someone today, not only are you helping them, you're also out of a hole for whatever time you're spending helping someone, and look at what your self-image is going to start growing into. Right now you feel like a loser in the hole. Losers don't go help people, but winners do. When I'm out helping someone, I'm winning. Is any of this ringing true to anybody? Man, I'm a little depressed, Pops. I'm a little. What have you done to help someone lately? You're going to be depressed as long as you stay on the couch. Volunteer. There are so many people out there and so much that we can help and do. That's transcendence right there. That's self-actualizing right there. And it's the simplest tool in the whole world, and nobody taught it to us. Nobody taught it to us. You want to live a fulfilled life? A life that has meaning? Give. Don't expect and don't take for the sake of taking. What are the 3 different ways? By creating a work or doing a deed. Creating a work, maybe you're going to write a book that'll be around for the next 40 years. And people, untold of people rippled off into the universe, are reading it and being helped because of what you did, the deed. The work. The deed is as simple as holding a door open for someone. Secondly, by experiencing something or encountering someone. Encountering someone. Pops, I'm in this hole. I'm all alone. I don't know what to do. Encounter someone. Put your phone down and go out and encounter another human being. Thirdly, by the attitude we take towards unavoidable suffering. Our life will include suffering. I'm suffering in my relationship with my son. It's unavoidable suffering. I can't change it. I don't have the power. I recognize that my life will include some unavoidable suffering. What's my attitude towards it? Poor me. There I go again. Let me climb in a hole and commiserate with myself. What's my attitude towards my unavoidable suffering? And when we find out that our attitude is the fourth agreement to our best, you're self-actualizing. You're transcending not only that suffering, but transcending a bogus meaning of life. And you're doing. The second way of finding a meaning in life is by experiencing something, such as goodness, truth, and beauty. By experiencing nature and culture. And last but not least, by experiencing another human being in their very uniqueness and loving them. I experience people here. Right now I'm experiencing 64 people in their uniqueness. In your gorgeous, beautiful uniqueness. I'm experiencing it. I experience it as I read these comments. I experience it as we have outside of here conversations. I experience this. The gorgeousness of life. I recognize that some of us are suffering. It's an unavoidable part of our life. But what's my attitude towards it? That's going to always be the key. And ultimately, here's a platitude. Have an attitude of gratitude. Because even as tough as it may be, whatever you're struggling through, do you think someone else out there has it worse? Do you think someone else out there has it worse? And if you do, we almost have an obligation to help. Maybe you'll never find that person that's suffering more. But if you find someone suffering just this much and you can mitigate it somewhat, that gives meaning to life. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you for listening to me this morning. Thank you to Viktor Frankl for these different ways of looking at something. He teaches logotherapy. And logotherapy sounds like it's logical, but it's the exact opposite. What you think is logical is not logical at all. That was something that was pumped into us by society and culture. Come at it from the exact reverse perspective and see where you end up. You want to climb out of a hole? You're feeling down and depressed and you don't know what to do. Go help someone. We hope she studied too, Kim. Thank you guys. Thank you for this morning. Sincerely. Thank you for being my motivators. Thank you for being unique. Thank you for giving us a platform to help each other and serve each other. And just know that no condition lasts. No single condition lasts. And we're the author of a lot of our suffering and pain. And if we can write pain and suffering into our life, we can also write it out. I'm not talking about medical issues. Those are beyond our control. But again, what's our attitude about them? Woe is me? Or I'm going to be a good example of how people going through this can still be helpful. God forbid. Thank you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you here tomorrow. I'm going to scroll out. Jeremy Carpenter, Marky Z. Kim, I'm still feeling for your mom. Milk for a snack. Thank you for being here. Michael, always saying something wonderful. Change of attitude raises the altitude. Bam. Boop. Boop, I mean. Okay, Aaron, the miracle day is on your horizon. Open your front door. It's right there. Zozo LSD and Jesus Christ and Nippy. And Milk for a snack. And Herbie Von Words and Sharon and HB. And Derek Anderson and Billy D and Marky Z. Michael Patterson, Sammy P. Kim, the International Kindness Ambassador. Sharon Sparkerton. Solly Maldo. Cleany. Jesus Christ and Kim loving us all. Billy D and Jesus and Mitchie B10. Thank you. Captain Obvious, again, thank you for your wonderful generosity. She had to feel pretty good about herself, huh, you guys? She did something. She did a deed. Thank you. Lucky Lures, Vegas, Summer Wheat, Vaggie, Nippy, Lucky, Jolie Cantor, Sharon, Calico Meow Kitty, Nikki Charles, Billy D, Michael Shanti Patterson, Mr. Phillips, Aaron and Pidgey. Pidgey the Page. Pops. Peace. Love. Be kind.